It's Wicked Anime's first birthday, fools! So in celebration of 1 year, we're gonna just give you a top 5 list of all of the animes that took us over a year to watch. We all have those animes that are either due to length, time, interest, quality, whatever, that you just do not finish within a year. Here's our stupid top 5 list. Number 5. Cowboy Bebop.
Fun fact! Cowboy Bebop was Jonathan and I's major introduction to the world of anime. We started off by seeing the movie, and then came to the realization of, I must have more! But it wasn't until a few months later that I actually got the full DVD set. This was before I could go out and buy my own anime. It was quite a while ago. Anyway, we started watching it, got about halfway through, and came to the conclusion of, our friends must know about all the Cowboy Bebops! And we started watching the first few episodes with some friends, and then we started watching the first few episodes with some more friends. And then we started watching the first few episodes with some more friends. And then we started watching another anime. It wasn't until over a year later when we thought, oh yeah! And finished the awesomeness that was an anime with an actual ending.
Number 4. Sure, Street Fighter 2V!
So a TV series that we started watching way back in the day on Sci-Fi Channel's Anna Monday would be Street Fighter 2V, or how it's known by its lesser-known title, Street Fighter 2 Kinda Sorta Not Really Edition. Turbo. However, during the time it was on Sci-Fi, was well before, years before either one of us even knew any kind of Street Fighter chronology, leaving us both in a sense of awe and wonder of how it were to end. Seeing that Anna Monday didn't have it stick around long enough to even scratch the surface of the episodes, and the interest itself just kinda dwindled away. Seeking out the DVD box set was the only option after that, and about 4 years later. During that time, some events occurred, like actually playing Street Fighter. A lot of Street Fighter. Which is what initially reignited the spark to hunt down the show once again in the first place. Well, upon collecting it, we actually had learned of its campy nature and inaccuracies to the actual Street Fighter lore. It made it hard to watch and boring in some places, and even still after owning the series, it tended to fade away in the background. Sorry, Street Fighter 2 Kinda Sorta Not Really. You're still better than Legend of Chun-Li though.
Number 3. Paranoia Agent.
The year is 2007, and Adult Swim is playing reruns of a show that they've been playing since they got the airing license in 2005. Paranoia Agent, a dark and mysterious series from the brilliant mind of the late Satoshi Kon. So what took so long to finish the series? It's certainly the shortest on this list. While not being completely our fault for once, the year 2007 just wasn't very kind to Paranoia Agent, turning it into a very scarce series over a couple of months. First off, Paranoia Agent had already made its complete run on Adult Swim a year before we even started watching it, so mostly we were just able to catch the jumbled repeats. Very much in the same way where we watched that episode of Cowboy Bebop with the refrigerator for the 1000th time. Second, the series was distributed by Jenny in USA. 2007 was the same year that Jenny closed their doors and stopped distribution of their titles until they were merged with Funimation in 2008. And having a company close their doors makes it really hard to find source material. It means things like DVD sets and whatnot with no distributor makes everything really scarce. Just look at what happened to The Girl Who Leapt Through Time when Bandai shut down. But it also means there's no TV licensing either, so no more hopes of even catching the rest of the series on Adult Swim by happenstance. It wasn't until 2012 where, for once, every single DVD was on the shelf of a bargain rack. All at the same time. I do believe in miracles.
Number 2 is Death Note. We don't have a DVD box set for that one. That anime sucks.
Okay, so Death Note may not suck, per se, but once was certainly enough for me. And that may or may not have been the reason why it took so long for me to watch. I started watching Death Note before it was licensed here in the States, so once I found out it was going to start airing here, I waited. After it started airing here, I was watching it on a weekly basis. Death Note. On a weekly basis. It wasn't something I wanted to watch on a weekly basis, so I switched over to the manga. Oh, excuse me, I mean the novelization. I could not get into it. So eventually I just ended up going back to the subs. And finally, I really had the ending kind of spoiled for me, but how did you think it was going to end anyway? Really? I reluctantly finished it. Though I will say that my favorite episode of Death Note in particular was the episode where they were talking for the whole time. Oh, wait!
And finally, at number 1, Blood Plus.
If you don't remember, this anime was released on Adult Swim on a weekly basis. It ran from March 11th in 2007 to March 23rd in 2008. Jonathan and I recorded it every single week on an old VHS tape so we could watch that shiz. We even still have the VHS tapes to prove it. Of course, I can watch it anytime I want now because I bought both the DVD box sets and a t-shirt and a hat. But those were included with the box sets. But Blood Plus is a good anime. You should watch it. We met her. Her.